Stephen A., let's start with Ezekiel Elliott. Did the league get this right?
It depends on how you look at it. To me, it's not about the manner, the number of games he's been suspended. You have a domestic violence policy that's in place that calls for a 6-game minimum for, and then after that, obviously, it's at the discretion of the league office and the commissioner to make modifications from there. What I have a problem with most is the timing of it all. This investigation has been going on for almost a year. There are police reports that the NFL had access to where there was an incident that took place July 17th of last year, July 19th of last year, July 21st of last year. Those are 3 separate incidences where there appears to be a preponderance of evidence that points to Ezekiel Elliott having committed the crime that he's alleged to have committed. So I don't understand for the life of me why it took the National Football League so long to come down with this decision. And then for me, Linda, I juxtapose that, let's say, to 2010 when Big Ben Roethlisberger was accused of sexual assault. Certainly got a 6-game suspension and it ultimately was reduced to 4. But there's 2 things that's worth pointing out. Number 1, it didn't take this long for the NFL to come down with a decision. And number 2, and more importantly, it seemed like the NFL was saying during the Big Ben case, we don't know what happened, but at the same time, you being a star in this league, a recognizable name, you've impugned the integrity and the reputation of the Shield. We are not going to tolerate that, and that is why we're handing down this suspension to you. Whereas in the case of Ezekiel Elliott, it appears as if the NFL is going out of its way to say, we believe you're guilty. And that's an entirely different situation altogether. I'm not sure the National Football League or any sports entity is in a position to be determining innocence or guilt of a particular athlete. And that's what alarms me about this. It's not about the 6 games, because clearly a suspension was called for, and it is what it is. But the timing of it and the manner in which it was handled says to me that this was about the NFL attaching guilt purposefully to Ezekiel Elliott. And that's not something I saw them do with Ezekiel Elliott, and it isn't even something I saw them do with Josh Brown of the New York Giants, the kicker who was handed just 1 game last August when his wife reportedly had said there was 20 different times where he was physically violent with her. So these are the kind of things that have set off my antennas, to be quite honest with you.